Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is the P-Man Jacob.
Ew, I don't like that, Professor.
Oh, okay.
P-Man?
P-Man?
Yeah, for short for Professor. The P-Man.
Oh, P-Man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, sorry. The
P-Man?
headmaster of the GCLC BOTS CLC told me to try to relate to the kids more. And she suggested that I use, some of your kids
my lingo.
slang.
Well, if you could have just asked me. I could have given you all the lingo, all the cool, hot, fun, exciting tips.
Okay,
about
well, hold on to that for a second.
For the kids.
Hold on for a second. I have to say,
Hold up.
Thank you everybody so much for attending this lecture on Pokemon biology. Joining me here in the classroom today is, of course, my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you. I'm here. I'm the A-Man.
A-Man?
The AP man.
AP man.
And then also joining us here in the classroom today is our YS man.
I
Corbin.
am the TIT man, the Tit man, trainer in training.
You are the tit man.
Did I say that, Professor?
I don't know. You did. You did say it. You
did.
So Corbin, hit us up with all the cool hip slang right now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So if you're like for real about something, a lot of the kids like to say, yeah, for real. That's something that the kids like to say. If there's an opinion that you agree with, you say that's based. That's another thing that kids say. Not based as in like you're basing a thing of meat, but based as in like, yeah, it's based. It's a based opinion.
For since the youths are all so obsessed with Pokemon, I'm just surprised there's not a lot more hip slang that involves Pokemon. There certainly must be some, right, Corbin?
There's a few, yeah. There's one or two.
Yeah.
Like obviously, no slacking off. Like that's slacking, like the Pokemon slacking.
Yeah, you're the slack king is what everybody says because you slack off a lot. I've heard that one.
There's that. Hold on. What's that one Pokemon? I'm drawing a blank on it. Hold on. Let me figure it out.
Take your time.
Yeah.
I'm sure Portia will make this listenable.
That's right. Okay. So one term that a lot of the kids like to use when you can't make up an opinion on something, you keep flip-flopping, they call it stun fisking. Like, dude, don't stop stun fisking. Like, just give it to me straight, or like just make up your mind. Because stun fisks kind of flop around a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of Magikarp. That's
right.
So I've heard carping.
Carping is that's kind of like an older generation thing. The kids say stun fisking now.
Okay, and by older generation, you mean it happened more than 5 months ago. So nobody says it anymore.
Right. Basically, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like webbing.
And what does webbing mean? What does webbing mean, Mr. Curtis?
Yeah, take us through it, Mr. Curtis. What is webbing?
That's like when you're just sitting on a web like a spinner rack, patiently waiting for nightfall.
I think you just made that up, bud.
Do we wait? Do we have to be sitting on a web for this to? Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to like remain on a web. I think it's gonna fall right through.
I'll get you I can weave you a nice seat to go on the web, to sit on the web. It's very comfortable. I mean, it cradles you, sticks to you. We could cocoon you up, Professor. I mean, whatever you need to do.
That sounds awful. Anyways, I'll have some more hot lingo for you later, but I don't want to drop all of them right now.
If I've heard that when you're like really dancing around a topic that you don't want to, really talk about it, so you kind of like dance around it. It's called curling.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, like Curlia, like the Pokemon Curlia.
Right.
It dances a lot. Yeah, it's curling.
That's definitely one for sure. Yeah, but there's more, but I don't want to spoil them now.
That's all I've done and found in my research. After the headmistress told me to be a little bit more hip and cool.
Right, something to kind of bring in some more listeners. Yeah,
Professor, you're as hip as cool as they are.
Thank you. Coming from you, Mr. Curtis,
said.
That means almost nothing.
Well said, Mr. Curtis.
Professor, please.
But yeah, after they told me that, I was really, carping back and forth on if I wanted to do it. But well,
you were kind of stun fisking a little bit.
Yeah. Well, sure, yeah, stun fisking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not talking about any of those Pokemon today.
Webbing you do that.
What? No, you
What?
just used the word web. That's not the proper
Yeah, you did, and
usage
you
of the word. You
described
made up
to
it.
us-
You made up the term webbing,
Yeah.
and then you didn't use it correctly.
You used it incorrectly. You're so unhip. You're incorrectly using the lingo that you make.
That's right.
I'm sorry, Professor. I'll do that.
Portia, cut it out. Cut all that stuff out.
Cut all that out. You're like an Arbok, honestly. You have no hips.
In fact, Portia, start the lesson right now.
I think we've had a good start. I don't know what you mean.
Okay, all right, fine. We can keep it all in. If you're hearing all this, it means that Portia ignored me. And you know what? Good for her.
Yeah, maybe some of this will be taken out. Who knows? We'll let Portia decide. She's in charge.
You know, we have Portia to thank for a lot of how listenable our lessons are.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. She truly is a great leader in class design. Thank you, Portia.
Have you ever felt that Mr. Curtis does not know where his sentence is going to end?
He starts
when
a thought and has
saying it?
no idea where it's going to go.
It's like he's leaping from cliff face to cliff face, desperately trying to keep from falling as he
It's like his
finishes
thoughts are a
sentence.
slot machine. It's like the gambling casino down the street in Goldenrod. It's like a slot machine. You just pull the lever, and whatever thought is next, whatever word is next, is anybody's guess, not even his.
It feels like It feels like every sentence he says is a Mad Lib, but every word is a fill in the blank.
That's true. That's fair.
I feel like you guys are grossly underestimating my ability to string sentences.
All right, now he's doing this on
fluently.
purpose now. All right, let's all focus up. All right, we've had a lot of fun here, but this class is not for fun. It's for learning.
Oh,
all right,
I'm
so if you're
plugged
having
in.
fun,
I'm ready.
Stop it. Stop having fun.
All right, you got it.
Fun. Does anybody know what Pokemon we're learning about today?
This is remind me.
Professor, that would of course be Decidueye.
Boom, there it is. We got it.
Boom. Is this
It's not
Golisopod finally?
Decidueye. It's not Rowlet. What was
We
that?
doing
Corbin?
more bug types?
Well, I mean, we do. Eventually, we will have more bug types, but not right now. No.
Okay. All
This
right.
is a poison and flying type, a dual type, if you will.
Oh, Talonflame.
Talonflame's flying and fire.
I was about to say, I don't think that's a poison type, Corbin.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, that's why I'm here to learn.
Mhm.
Can I get another hint?
Okay, I'll give you another hint. We have already talked about the Pokemon that evolves into this Pokemon.
Is it Clodsire?
No. So we have not talked about Wooper. So that wouldn't make any sense for that clue that I just gave you.
Right, but it feels like we've talked about Wooper. You know what I mean?
No.
No,
I
okay.
don't.
Doesn't
because we
it
haven't.
always feel like we're talking about Wooper?
To some degree, yeah. Oh wait, so is it? This it starts with another C, right?
I didn't say that, but yes.
It feels like it starts with a C. Is
Okay,
it
I think it feels like it starts with a D.
Crobat?
It is Crobat. We are learning about Crobat
Oh,
today.
5
Good
gold
job.
stars
Oh,
this
wow.
way. Here
Yes.
we go.
So we may remember that we talked about Zubat and Golbat.
We
earlier.
did. I do
Yeah.
remember that. That was a long time ago.
Yes,
Wow.
for some reason, Zubat and Golbat are in the Cantonian Pokedex, and we know we don't cover Golbat or Crobat in the Cantonian Pokedex for some reason. But Johto was like, you know what? We'll pick up the slack. We got it. Don't worry, guys.
I was just a wee lad when we talked about Golbat. I mean, I was only like, what, 10 years old then? I mean, it's just...
Yeah, but you're still
insane.
10.
I mean, last I checked, I think I'm still 10. Or I don't know. Are we keeping track of my birthdays?
Yeah, have we just need to like cut one of your fingers off and count the rings, right?
No.
That's
You don't need to
That's
do
a
that.
good
You
idea.
don't need
Why
to
don't
do
you come over here,
No,
Corbin?
we don't need to cut fingers, and
I mean,
we don't need to mutilate the
this
children.
is a quick
We don't need to mutilate the
procedure.
children.
I've got my knife right
no,
here.
we don't need to. Well, okay, all right. We don't need to mutilate the children. He's trying to mutilate the kid in the class. That's me.
Professor, he won't stay in this. He won't stay put. I don't know what
Please?
to do about it.
Okay. Fine. All right. We won't cut off Corbin's finger. We'll save that.
Okay. Wait,
We'll
what?
save that
Save
for
it.
lesson number 500. So
What?
at lesson 500, and you can quote me on this, everybody, we will cut off one of Corbin's fingers. So
At lesson 500, do you think we'll get there, Professor?
for your sake, you better hope we don't. It's lesson 500. Who's that going to be?
It's bad enough we have to learn about Emperor then, but now I'm going to lose a finger?
So Emperor. When in the Emperor lesson,
Mm-hmm.
Corbin's gonna get his finger cut off. All right.
All right.
Everybody, Put it on your calendar.
Yeah, like,
All
okay.
right, it's a binding contract. So if it doesn't happen, then I guess, I don't know, you can sue the GCLC, BOT, SCLC.
Good luck.
Yeah, I guess. See you in like 7 years when we get there.
Yeah. But for now, has anybody seen a Crobat? Now,
I have
don't
not.
really see them much in Kanto because it's weird to get a Golbat to evolve into a Crobat. You need to love it, and we just do not love Golbat.
I thought I heard one in the Seafoam Islands. We were trying to find, Articuno, right? I thought I heard one. I don't know. Maybe it was just cave drips. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Curtis. Of course, you have seen a Crobat before. You've done this lesson.
Yes, and they do get stuck in some of the webs that we have strung up around the nursery south of town.
Oh goodness.
Well,
those,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think you really find a lot of Crobats out in the wild, right? I mean,
well, maybe I don't. Maybe
I
That's
mean,
probably why they're so rare,
it is
right?
a nursery, so it's possible that it's trainers Crobats, but I would say it's most likely a wild Crobat.
Okay, well, I have a Crobat here today, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like.
Okay, let's see it. Ooh, what a fierce-looking little batty. Okay.
Batty, yeah, Crobatty.
Batty.
Is that another one of those kid slangs, a Crobatty?
Yeah, if there's an attractive person, they call it a batty. Crobatty.
Oh, I thought it was if somebody was like crazy or something.
No.
They did like a kickflip off of the top of a building and landed on another building, and you're like, oh man, that was Crobatty.
No. You can't just be changing the kids' terms like that. They got to do that.
I'm not changing the kids' term. I mean, first of all, anybody can change any term. All words are made up.
That's
so.
right. Bibbidi-bobbidi. See, that was made up.
What does that mean?
It means I'm a little bit hungry.
And can you say it again?
Bibbidi-bobbidi.
That seems different. I don't think that was exactly the same.
Well, that means I'm getting hungry.
You could go back and take those two and play them back to back, and we'll see how similar they were.
You're making Portia just work overtime.
Yeah, well, also Portia has the ability just to cut out all of this. So.
That's true. She does, but she won't because she likes to.
She's a purist.
She likes to tease us.
Portia really makes her own hours.
She likes to keep these lessons raw and unfiltered as much as possible.
I know that's not true.
That's true.
I've heard the outtakes.
That's right. Oh, and you can too on Patreon. Whoa, plug.
Whoa, we'll talk more about that later.
More on that
dude,
later on.
But we have a Crobat here. It's just flying away, and now you might have forgotten. I can understand if you've forgotten because even though it is flapping, it is flying around, completely silent.
Yeah, I can't hear a thing. It's tripping me out. I see the wings moving, but I don't hear anything.
Yeah, so that is one of like Crobat's best abilities is that it can fly like almost completely silent.
That is cool.
Let's describe Crobat a little bit more for the students at home.
Well, I'll say this. It's not as like I would say that Golbat, with all due respect, is an ugly Pokemon. It's not a very cute looking Pokemon.
Whoa, back up that statement. Go.
The big gaping maw is not something I'm a fan of.
Gaping maw?
Gaping maw. Golbat's got a big old mouth on it.
Oh, did you say Golbat wasn't a good Pokemon to look at?
Golbat.
Oh, okay. I thought
I'm
you
saying
said Crobat.
No. I said Golbat is not a very attractive looking Pokemon. Crobat's a little bit cooler looking. It's kind of gotten away from being creepy, and it looks a lot more cool. It's got 4 sets of wings now. The top ones are a little bit longer, and they have like a teal tint to the bottom of the wings, and then they have these little smaller ones kind of near the butt, and then it does have like these like little almost like little feet. I'm not really sure what those are on this Crobat.
Yeah, like little feets.
Little feetsies or something.
Yeah, little grippers of some sort.
Little grippers. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. He's like sit there. He's moving. He's dancing. He's twisting around. You know what? I got a good name for him. Let's call him Tristan. Because it sounds like Twistin, and it also happens to be one of the names of our one of our patrons. So Tristan, it is.
Tristan. Okay,
so,
I'm fine.
So Tristan's moving around, purple in color. He is white. He is not white. He has yellow and red eyes, and he's got these weird, like almost like horn type things on his head. Now he's still kind of a blob body,
ears.
Like Golbat.
Those are 100% ears.
Those are ears.
Got lots of.
I guess from this angle, yeah, they are kind of ears. But that's pretty much it. I still cannot figure out if those are feet or little baby feathers. What are those on its butt? What are those?
Those are feet.
Those are feet?
Little grippers.
Okay, those little baby grippers so it can grip onto all the cool things like branches.
I, for one, like their red and yellow eyes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very, very. I kind of lose myself when I stare into them. They're kind of
They're a little intimidating eyes. I'm not gonna
A little
lie.
hypnotizing.
A little
yeah,
hypnotizing.
a little hypnotizing. You might say.
Well, don't stare for too long.
Curtis. Hello.
Oh,
He's
Hello.
gone.
You good?
yeah. I'm back.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. It is intimidating looking, but it's not as bad as Golbat's. But it's a cool Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I taught it some tricks. So when I snap my fingers, it'll do this cool cartwheel thing. See here, check this out.
Woo! Okay,
there
Tristan. Go, Tristan.
Nice.
Go,
Yeah.
Tristan. Hey, go, Tristan.
Yeah,
Go, Tristan.
is
He's
really
missing.
twisting around.
What's
Very
up?
Good.
What'd
I
you
just
say?
said Tristan's really twisting around.
Yeah, Tristan's twisting.
Yeah, he's just getting Crobatty. Am I right?
Well, I mean, Crobatty is okay. Sure, Crobatty.
Yeah,
if
he's doing
you
some
wanna,
crazy
if you want to
tricks.
change the term that the kids are using to describe somebody they think is attractive, you go ahead.
Let's right now. We'll make a push that Crobatty means wicked or cool or something like that.
Okay, fine.
How about I'm Crobatty with the professor, meaning I have a good friendship with the professor.
I'm starting to think Mr. Curious doesn't understand how slang works.
No, I don't think he does. either.
I know deep in my heart that our Crobatty relationship.
That doesn't sound good.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm hitting the escape, the eject button.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Beep.
Professor. I'll stop.
Okay. All
Please
right.
don't eject me.
No, it would eject me.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
it just
Well,
shoots
still.
me out.
Well, then don't
Eject-
eject yourself because then I'm stuck here with him alone.
It just
and I don't want to do
shoots
that.
me out through the spherical roof of the spherical room, and I just go flying for a little
That's
bit.
right.
That's true.
But that would be a pretty Crobatty thing to do, so I won't do that. All right, I think we've said everything we need to say about Crobat. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put Tristan back into the Pokeball.
Bye, Tristan.
Bye.
All right, let's get started on reading these Pokedex entries. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy.
Starting off in the Johto region, the first entry says, "It flies so silently through the dark on its four wings that it may not be noticed even when nearby."
Okay.
Yeah, so you got two things working here. You got its very quiet wings fluttering, and it's got its very dark fur, which makes it hard to see in the dark.
Oh, that's fur on it. Okay.
I mean, or feathers? No, it's definitely fur, right?
That's fur, not feathers.
Or maybe just skin.
From my angle, I thought it was flesh, and I was a little creeped out.
Just pure smooth skin.
That was smooth flesh.
No, I think it's fur.
But I'm pretty sure it's fur. I didn't
Crobat's
get a
fur.
good enough look. So
Okay, well, maybe later. The next entry says, "The development of wings on its legs enables it to fly fast, but also makes it tough to stop and rest."
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, the question is, does it even need to stop and rest?
Well, you see them hang sometimes. Like they'll hang from something upside down.
Okay, well, we'll read a little bit more and see what we glean from the rest of the Pokedex entries.
Mm-hmm.
As a result of its pursuit of faster yet more silent flight, a new set of wings grew on its hind legs.
Yeah, we saw those.
See, Professor, it did not look like it was coming out of its legs.
Well,
It
then
just
maybe
looked like
maybe those little things are not feet.
Oh, so you're wrong.
bottom feathers like Corbin was talking
Yeah, maybe.
about.
They're butt
Bottom
feathers.
I'm not sure, honestly. But yeah, so it's the Pokedex says that these grew out of its hind legs. It grew on its hind legs. Doesn't mean that its hind legs turned into these.
Okay. So on the hind legs, not is the hind leg.
And then the hind legs kind of just slurped up into the main body.
Schlorped. Now, that's not one that I'm familiar with. That's not a term that, as a child, a cool, hip child, I am familiar with.
Oh, it's more of an onomatopoeia kind of thing, I guess.
Which Pokemon is that one?
No, it's a.
It sounds like a
word.
Pokemon.
It's a sound word. Oh my god.
What's up, Mr. Curtis? Why did you just do that right next to the recording device?
Whoa, his mouth just turned fully inside out.
Mr. Curtis, that's disgusting.
I've never seen anybody eat their own face before, but Mr. Curtis did it.
I was demonstrating what a slurp is.
That is disgusting.
Do you want me to do it again?
I would literally pay you to not do it again.
I would love to see fan art though of Mr. Curtis eating his own face.
You know what? That's horrific. I think we can avoid that.
I was doing a slurp for Corbin's demonstration of purposes.
Okay, well, we don't have to do it again. Okay, so moving on to the Hoenn region. The first entry says, if this Pokemon is flying by fluttering only a pair of wings on either the fore legs or hind legs, it's proof that Crobat has been flying a long distance. It switches the wings it uses if it is tired.
I'm surprised it can hold itself up with those baby wings on its, behind. The lower ones, like, can it it can switch to just those and still be able to fly?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Crobat doesn't weigh that much. Let's see. Well, hold on. Now, the average weight of a Crobat, according to, I'm looking at my Pokedex right now, it says 165 pounds.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
It's a heftier Tristan's a heftier boy than we thought.
And you're not going to believe this.
I did not expect that.
How tall do you think Crobat is?
Well, judging from the distance, from when I saw it flying up near the ceiling, I would say maybe 4 feet tall.
Okay, we have 4 feet tall from Corbin. Mr. Curtis?
That's... I'm not sure. Maybe... Man, I can't say that it was 4 feet tall. Tristan must have been about, 3 feet tall.
Okay, you guys are clearly bad at judging height because Crobat is 5'11", nearly 6 feet tall.
Okay, well, listen, it was pretty high up on the ceiling, fluttering around, so
that's crazy. Much taller than I thought.
Yeah, that's taller than I am.
Yeah, you're a shorty. Yeah. Not my shorty. Dawn is my shorty, but you're pretty short, Professor.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, what? What?
You don't say that about the professor.
What, that he's short?
How tall are you, Corbin?
I'm tall enough. Shut up.
Well, you're shorter than I am.
Leave me alone.
You're
all right.
Foot shorter than I am.
I'm also a boy. I'm a boy. Listen, puberty hit in other ways, like my voice, but it didn't hit the height part yet. But it's coming. Maybe when I turn 11.
Okay, we'll see. Except you are frozen in time, so it might never come.
What's up? What happened? What?
The next Pokedex entry comes to us, again, still in the Hoenn region. There's multiple in the Hoenn region this time. It says, Crobat sneaks up on its intended prey using wings that barely make a sound. This Pokemon rests by hanging on a tree branch with its rear legs that serve as wings. Okay, so the wings are the legs. The rear wings are the legs. The little feetsies there are nothing. They ain't nothing.
Now, I thought you literally just said a couple entries ago that the rear legs or the wing screw on the rear legs did not turn into the wings.
Well, that's just how I was interpreting it. So the entry that you're referring to says, as a result of its pursuit of faster yet more silent flight, a new set of wings grew on its hind legs. And I was still trying to, maybe reconcile the fact that it does look like it has feet by saying maybe it initially grew on them but migrated over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, these next entries really, really make it sound like, the bottom wings are its, hind legs.
Fair enough, Professor.
Corbin, you seem to be struggling with this concept.
I'm just if you remember, Golbat's got those little tiny, little skinny legs.
I remember them well.
So it's those turned into wings.
That's according to a lot of these Pokedex entries. Yes.
And then it grew butt feathers.
And then it grew butt feathers that look suspiciously like leg or feet.
Well, I don't know how flattering those butt feathers are. Maybe Crobat or Tristan should consider shaving those.
Wow. Just body shaming right now, Corbin.
I'm not body shaming.
Unbecoming.
All right.
Hey,
all right.
Maybe those butt feathers are considered very attractive to Crobat culture, Corbin.
Right.
You don't know.
I think so.
Maybe I didn't mean to insult the culture of Crobat. I apologize.
No.
It sounds like you did.
I just know that if I had butt feathers, I would personally probably trim them a little bit. Not even shave, just trim them. Trim it up a little bit.
Wow.
But it's just me. It's just personal preference.
Well, that's a good thing you're not a Crobat.
That's right.
I say that every morning when I wake up.
Yeah, because every day you wake up, you could wake up as a Crobat.
That's true. But I wake up as a little boy, and I'm okay with that. Some days.
Yeah, and you do have to shave your butt feathers every day, but you
No, I don't.
you're so
I'm
happy you're not a Crobat.
No, I don't.
He doesn't have to shave his butt feathers, Professor, but he does have to shave his outcroppings on the side of his head.
My outcroppings. Don't call my hair outcroppings under my hat. That's not very nice. I have a very nice set of hair. Thank you.
Yeah, and he shaves it that way on purpose.
Right. Wait, what? No, I don't even use a razor.
Yeah, listen, we love your black and slightly blue hair, Corbin.
Thank you. I like it as well.
All right. Hey, you're not gonna believe this, but there's another entry here from the Hoenn region.
Woo, Birch, what you doing over there, huh?
He's just cranking them out. He's like, thought of another one. Gonna put it into a completely different Pokedex entry. It says, over the course of evolution, its hind legs turned into wings. By alternately resting its front and rear wings, it can fly all day without having to stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do we think that's like, like a 16 hours thing, or we think it's like a full
Maybe
24
12.
hours?
A solid 12.
Yeah, I would say at least. All day.
It says
daytime.
all day. A day is 24 hours.
That's true. That's true, Professor. If that's what the Pokedex entry says, then we have to assume it
day
can
could
fly
be sun up to sundown
for at least the 24 hours. So
Maximum of 24 hours, minimum of 12-ish hours. How about that? We all agree on that? That's what we're getting from this Pokedex entry?
I'm happy with that, Professor.
12. I would say 12.
Well,
yeah.
let's just go straight down the middle and do hold on. What's the 18 hours? 18 hours.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. That's it for the Hoenn region Pokedex entries. Moving on to the Sinnoh region.
Woohoo!
There's a lot of entries here too, so people were enraptured by Crobat. I don't know why.
Man.
First one says, having 4 wings enables it to fly faster and more quietly. It turns active when the night comes.
That's right. When the night falls, Crobat comes alive.
Okay. So maybe it can fly for 24 hours, but just during darker time, maybe it's not quite as active unless it's like really dark outside.
Some people call that evening or night, Mr. Curtis.
The dark time.
The darker time.
The dark times can be different for everybody.
I call the dark times when my father left.
That's right.
Well, I mean, he still tries to come visit you, Corbin.
He does? You guys have heard from him? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, Mr. Mime stops by all the time.
He's not okay. The Mr. Mime that lives with my parents, all the way back in Saffron, not my dad.
And yet he still makes the journey here, Corbin. So
yeah, and I tell him I didn't ask for this. I told him I didn't ask him to come visit.
He just wants you to know that he cares about you.
I know,
okay.
And I care somewhat, but space is nice.
Do we, not to change the subject, I know we're really unpacking a lot of things for Corbin right now.
A lot of trauma.
But do we think that Crobat can fly while it sleeps? Or do we think it lands to sleep?
I think it lands. I think it uses its butt feathers to latch on.
I think given the the wording of how how it hangs and how it can be active and inactive, I would say probably it does sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe when it hangs.
Because it does. This Pokemon rests by hanging on a tree branch with its rear legs that serve as wings. That was from.
Yeah, I think it sleeps.
So, I mean, okay, you're right. All right, yeah, I'll agree. It might be interesting to see if there's sleepwalking. What if there's also sleep flying? Maybe some Crobats, because it's so easy for them, they just sleep fly.
I mean, who's to say that's not possible?
Anything is possible, right?
That's right. If you believe in yourself.
Yeah, even you can fly. So go out there and try it, everybody. Try it. Go to the top of a building.
Jump off a building and let us know. Well, we probably shouldn't endorse jumping off buildings.
Whoa, hold on now.
Probably shouldn't endorse that.
What? Huh?
Don't go do that.
Nothing. Portia will cut that out.
Oh, yeah, I did just get it. I just got an email from the headmistress, apparently. It says, let me just check here. It says, stop talking, or stop telling your students to jump off of buildings. Signed, the headmistress. Okay, yeah. I guess she's listening to this lesson.
In real time, yeah. Is she peeping in? That's weird.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, Mr. Curtis, You're accidentally leaning against the intercom button.
Mr. Curtis.
No.
Oh, how long have you been there?
Curtis. Come on.
That's what that echo's been the entire episode. Oh, jeez.
No. Well, maybe only you could hear it. Maybe only you could hear the echo because you're right next to the door, but we couldn't hear it because we're over here near the center of the classroom where the recording device is. So I'm guessing, I'm hoping there wasn't a echo throughout the entire lesson.
There definitely was not. I can assure you, I have not heard an echo, and this entire conversation will probably not be in it.
Oh yeah, I think Portia should keep this one in. This is great stuff.
So wait, Mr. Curtis we've just been broadcasting this entire lesson throughout the school.
Yeah, so everybody's getting the Welcome to the World of Pokemon for free out there. That's ridiculous.
No, we can't be having that. Well, actually,
okay. And now I'm gonna have to go around,
start collecting money,
and
yeah.
And have them all sign the disclosures.
You gotta get that dango. You know what I mean? Gotta get that dango. It's another term the kids say.
Wait, sorry. Say
you gotta
it
get
again?
that dango. You know what I'm saying? Gold dango.
Yeah, no, I got it. I got the reference.
Gotta get that dango.
Do that dango.
Do that dango. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what that dango.
What that dango?
That's right. No, like just get that dango. Get that cash. Get that money.
Keep that dango where I can see it, please.
Man, kids are so Crobatty these days with how they come up with new slang.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm still in the Sinnoh region. Mr. Curtis, you're still on the intercom button.
Mr. Curtis, get off the intercom.
I'm so sorry.
Get up, sit in your seat.
Look, I'll come sit down.
Listen, I know you're trying to act cool and look all cool, sitting in the back, leaning up against the wall, flipping a coin, but you gotta sit down.
Yeah, you don't look cool.
I'm so sorry. I'll go sit down. My apologies, Professor.
Thank you. All right. This next entry says a Pokemon that gained vastly enhanced flying performance by having its legs turn into wings. Why don't they just all do that? Just have your legs turn into wings, forehead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, obviously, Pokemon can't control how they evolve, so.
The way this is written, it kind of sounds like it was a conscious decision to have your legs turn into wings.
They made an executive decision. They were like, you know what?
Stop that.
I don't need these anymore.
What does Executor have to do with this, Mr. Curtis?
I mean, they made a big decision to do this on purpose.
There he is, jumping from cliff face to cliff face, desperately trying to find words to use.
There he is, the slot machine going again.
All right, the next entry and the last entry from the Sinnoh region says, the transformation of its legs into wings made it better at flying, but more clumsy at walking.
Yeah, I mean, how's it gonna... Yeah, like, how would that work? It's just gonna walk on its wings?
Here's what I imagine. It's like, main body, its little kidney bean-esque body is, like, flat on the ground. Right?
Not little. Almost 6 feet.
Sorry. It's 5'11" bean body is just
that's a
flat
t-shirt,
on the ground,
by the way.
right? And then it's like bottom wings are kind of like like swimming on the floor a little bit, and that kind of moves it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I like that t-shirt idea. Thank you.
How is that a t-shirt idea?
It just is. 5'11" bean body. I mean, you wear that without context anywhere you go, people can be like, that's a cool person.
I'll be your 5'11" bean buddy, Corbin.
Aww. Hey, save it for the Valentine's lesson.
Everybody needs a 5'11" bean buddy in their life.
That's right.
Okay.
Professor, I'll be your bean buddy whenever you want me to
I've changed my mind. I do not want a 5'11" bean buddy.
It's bean body, but I do like bean buddy.
I am 8 feet tall, so I'd be your 8 foot bean buddy.
I'll be y'all 8 foot. What was that accent, Mr. Curtis? What was that?
I'll be your 8 foot bean buddy.
Oh, I don't like that, Mr. Curtis.
Okay. I actually have a Pokedex entry here from the Unova region.
No kidding.
It doesn't say anything like, groundbreaking, but it is different. So I'm going to go ahead and read it.
Okay.
Having 4 wings allows it to fly more quickly and quietly. So it can sneak up on prey without its noticing. Feels like that should just be it, right? Without it noticing.
Who wrote that?
Unova professor. Hold on. Don't tell me.
Sycamore, maybe?
I got it. I'm not looking it up.
Is it Sycamore? That's a random guess. I don't actually remember.
I'm sure you're just
Juniper,
like your
Professor Juniper. It just came to my brain.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So yeah, Professor Juniper. Okay, Professor Juniper. Let's talk for a second. You've been very lazy with your Pokedex entries. I'm not sure what you're doing over there in the Unova region, but you just aren't providing any useful information.
That's really harsh.
I calls them like I sees them. What can I say?
Also, Professor Jennifer is a woman, I believe.
Okay. And?
You said him.
I don't think I ever said him.
Oh, you did not? Well, either way, what you say is...
calls like I sees them.
Well, sees him.
No, sees them.
No.
Them.
Not him. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Sees
Apostrophe EM.
I call him as I sees her.
I sees them.
I calls him as I sees them.
Yeah.
Now, when did we learn about Caesar?
Let's see here. Scizor, as some call it. Pokemon 212.
We'll be there soon.
We are on Pokemon
169.
169. Nice. So
why is that nice?
Huh?
Why is that nice?
I didn't say that.
Because it just rolls off the tongue.
Oh.
So we got a ways to go. All right. There is nothing new from the Kalos region, so we are going to go ahead and move to the Alola region, where there's a lot of new entries. Yay!
Woo!
The first one says both its legs became wings, and as a result, it can't move well on the ground. All it can do is crawl around. That like rhymes. It can't move well on the ground. All it can do is crawl around.
I think I could write a poem better than that. Are we doing a poem today, Professor?
Maybe.
Oh!
We'll find out.
Hey!
The next entry says, silent and swift in its four-winged flight, it bites down on its prey before they realize
really
what's
tight.
happening.
Oh.
That did have the cadence of you think it would rhyme, right?
Yes. Should've.
Silent and swift in its four-winged flight, it bites down on its prey before they realize what's happening. In a heartbeat, it drains their blood.
Ooh.
All right, this is new. This is new information for us.
Ooh, Professor.
Okay, so now we're blood sucking here. That's new.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Golbat also sucked blood.
Yeah, Golbat also really sucked, so that makes sense.
Got him.
Hey, you be nice to Golbat.
No, it's a cool Pokemon.
Now, does seem crazy that in one heartbeat, it drains the blood. I guess it doesn't say it drains their blood entirely. So it's probably not entirely.
I think it just means a little bit. I think it just means it drains a little bit at a time. There's no way it could drain a full body's worth of blood in just a single, second.
Yeah, and it wants to do it in a heartbeat because that's, where the most blood is going to be.
I don't think any Pokemon has that kind of suckage.
Well,
put that on a t-shirt.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Maybe.
Wait, doesn't Kabutops suck all the innards out of a Pokemon?
Yeah, but I don't know if it does.
That's a lot of suckage.
Yeah, I don't know if it does it in a heartbeat though.
True. Okay. You know what? We should have a suckability.
You know what? That's a great idea.
You know what? As soon as I said it, I realized it was a terrible idea. So I'm gonna move on.
Oh, okay. All right. I was down.
Professor.
By the way, for the record,
I don't all this out now.
I don't think Kabutops. I think it rips open the stomach and then eats the entrails. I don't think it just sucks them out. Right?
I don't know. I'm not going to go back and look. So, any students at home who have an astute memory or the time to go back and listen to the Kabutops lesson, go ahead and let us know. You can send us a Gengar mail at wwopokemon@gmail.com, or you can message us on
Chat
Twitter.
us on Discord.
Or go on the Discord and do it. Now, if you want to do it message us on Discord, you will have to join the Patreon. But we'll talk about this later. Now, the best way to contact us is to leave a 5-star review on Flapple Podcast, and then in that review say, yeah, or yes, Kabutops sucks the innards out of its prey, or no, the Kabutops does not suck its innards out of its prey.
Right. People love to try to talk to us on the Apple Podcast reviews, Flapple Podcast reviews. So
yeah, what's Apple? That's weird.
I don't know. It just beats me.
Actually, I have heard of an Appleton podcast.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
So
nice.
Maybe we should transition to that.
Well, they don't have millions of listeners like we do, so I think we're safe.
Yeah.
Okay. So next entry from the Alola region says, its fangs are so sharp.
How sharp are they, Professor?
If it bites you in the dark and sucks your blood, you won't notice any pain or realize you've been bitten.
I hate being
that
bitten
is
and sucked.
terrifying.
Well, that's
actually,
great.
That's terrifying.
See, that's great, Corbin, because you will not even notice. You won't even notice that you've been bitten and sucked.
That's
so. In
yeah,
fact,
I don't like
go
that.
ahead, everybody. Check your arms and legs, and then check each other's necks.
Well, the lights are on, so I don't have to worry.
Well, not right now, but maybe when you were walking home at night one day, maybe it gave you a little bit of a suck and you didn't know.
I don't like that. I don't like.
Come over here, Corbin.
check his neck.
No, you don't need to check me.
yeah.
No, get off.
Wow, it is covered in small little like piercings.
What? What are you talking about?
That are exactly Crobat fang width apart. It's
Are
all
you
over
serious?
the place.
No, don't mess with me like that. Are you? I can't see the back of my neck. Do I seriously have bite marks there?
Have you been feeling like a little bit more tired recently, Corbin? Maybe a little bit more lethargic.
I mean, not really. I mean, for the most part, I felt kind of.
There he goes.
Prone to narcolepsy.
He's gone, Professor.
Yeah.
Hey,
all right, we got it.
Wake up! Wake up!
Stop it! Oh, sorry. What happened?
You fell asleep due to lack of blood because I think you were walking through some kind of Crobat nest or something.
What? No, that can't be
you were
right.
Covered in Crobat bites.
No.
Yeah,
No.
not a great idea.
I don't think that's correct, Professor. No, I would have known. I would have been able to feel that, right?
Well, I mean, did you not hear the entry that I just read?
Listen. I can't imagine that would be something that would happen to me, right? But I don't even have that much blood to suck. I'm a little boy. Why would they want to drain the blood of a 10-year-old child? That just doesn't make sense.
Easy target.
Look at Mr. Curtis. He has a beefy, whatever he is, and there's so much blood to suck.
Yeah, but we all know that Mr. Curtis's skin is impenetrable.
And I'm all skin and bones, really. I mean, listen to how I jiggle when I wiggle my arms.
Mr. Curtis, what do you...
Wow, that was musical, Mr. Curtis. That was incredible.
Mr. Curtis, do you have a xylophone in your sleeves again?
Or was that actually your bones?
No,
He pulled up his shirt and then played his rib cage. That's what he just did.
Ew.
Well, hey, wow, that's rude.
That is gross. I don't need you to play your ribcage like an instrument. Please, put that away.
Yeah, please stop playing it. I realize you've been playing it this entire
I'll put
time.
it away
Mr.
for you.
Curtis. If you could stop, that'd be great.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Oh, well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Don't do it again.
Just for right now.
I mean, if for you right now, I'll play that.
I know.
I prefer
Oh,
if
he's
you
playing
didn't.
again. There he goes.
Every time you pull up your shirt, I want to die. I mean, it just I don't want. I'm covering my eyes. I don't want to see that. That's disgusting.
Like, he has all the muscles that everybody has, just in the wrong places.
Yeah.
They're just in slightly different places.
Yeah, like
It's
is
so
that a
weird.
bicep like on your belly button? Like what is that?
Yeah, it's his belly button bicep.
You need to get that checked out, Mr. Curtis.
I'm sorry. I guess I'll go to the nurse afterwards.
Great. I haven't actually been to the nurse in the GCLC, BOTSCLC. Has anybody talked to the nurse? Are they nice? Because the nurse at the SCLC scared me, honestly.
What? Who?
Excelsior?
Excelsior's not that bad.
She had a stare.
You know.
She had a stare, and it freaked me out.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen you haven't seen our nurse?
Here?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Rosalind, the Rosalia?
The Roselia?
The Rosalia? Yep, sure, however you want to
No.
pronounce it. Yeah, she's really cool. She's really sweet.
Yeah.
I promise, she's very tender.
Rosalia. Okay, all right. Well, that's good. All right. I think I still have another entry.
Yeah, we're getting a little
Alola.
sidetracked.
Yeah, sorry. It says it feeds on the blood of living people and Pokemon. Oh, maybe I should say this in more like creepy voice. It feeds on the blood of living people and Pokemon. Bleh. If it can't drink any blood for even a short while, it becomes weak and unable to fly.
Oh.
Ooh, that is a death sentence too. Like if it can't fly, what's it gonna do? Waddle around and drink some blood?
If it can't fly, what's it all for?
Categorically not good at doing that. So
Yeah. All right. So that does it for the Alola region entries. I think there's some unique entries from Galar too. This is wild.
Oh my goodness, there's too much.
The first one says both of its legs have turned into wings. Without a sound, Crobat flies. Crobat.
Oh, that's a cool evolution. Is it turned into a robot? That'd be cool.
It's just like a robot.
I am
It's like a mega
Crobat.
evolution.
Watch me flap.
I am Golbat.
Downloading blood.
Downloading blood flapping wings.
I am super friend.
Extracting blood.exe.
Activating super suck. Wow. Wow.
Need to recharge, shutting down. And that was Crobat, and we'll never hear Crobat again.
Yeah, that was a good bit.
Without a sound, Crobat flies swiftly toward its prey and sinks its fangs into the nape of its target's neck.
What's a nape?
It's like at the base of the neck, like kind of like where the neck meets the shoulders.
Right here, Corbin.
Oh God! Ew. What?
Yeah,
you
it's
mean under
right
that
where,
fold.
It's right where all of the fang marks are on your neck.
Yeah.
Oh, the ones I couldn't see on the back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
You're very porous back there.
Gotcha, Mr. Curtis. Please put the growth on your neck away. Thank you.
Wait, what? Sorry, I was looking at the board. I did not. What is Mr. Curtis doing?
He tried to show me his nape, and there's a growth on his neck.
It's not that bad. Come on now.
You gotta see Rosalind. You gotta see her.
Rosalind the Roselia, huh?
You gotta see her, man. She'll help you out.
Wow, you're on a first name basis with a school nurse.
Yeah. Do Pokemon have last names? I don't understand.
Yeah, of course they do. Rosalind.
Yeah.
It's just the Pokemon name.
Oh, okay. Rosalind Roselia. Sure.
Rosalind Roselia, yes.
Sure.
Okay, the next entry says, this Pokemon flaps its 4 wings skillfully. Crobat, not Roselia. I hope people don't think this is a lesson on Roselia.
Cannot stress that enough.
Gotcha.
Crobat can fly through cramped caves without needing to slow down.
That's pretty cool.
It does slow down, but doesn't need to. Right?
It
wants you to know that. Like, it can fly as fast as it wants to through these caves, but it's slowing down on purpose, for you.
That's very nice.
So just so you can, see how good it is at what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to show off, you know?
All right, the next entry, and this next entry comes to us from the Hisui region. That's right.
Hey!
Let me dust off this.
You're loaded up with entries today.
This old paperback Pokedex entry that we've uncovered. Get all the dust out. Its hind limbs have become another set of wings. Crobat expertly maneuvers its 4 wings to dart in exquisite fashion through even the most confined caves without losing any speed.
That's cool.
And we do also have an entry here from the Lentil region from Professor Mirror. It says, sure, Crobat's a speedy flyer, but I hope you also noticed how quiet its 4 wings are. It sometimes lands to rest, but it's not very good at walking.
No. We talked about that earlier. Very informal entry, too.
Huh?
Very informal entry, too.
Yeah, I know. It really sounds like Professor Mirror has called you up on a cell phone.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm about to tell you all about Crobat right now.
Hey,
you got a second?
So most Pokedex entries, you point the Pokedex and it says this thing that it's programmed to say when it sees a Pokemon. But however, Professor Mirror's research students, when they see a Pokemon, they get a phone call from Professor Mirror, and he's like, oh yeah. Sure, it can fly fast, but it's also quiet. Did you notice that? All right, I got some chores I gotta do. I'll call you guys later. Boop.
Aww.
Adios.
That's a friend.
All right. That does it for the original Pokedex entries. I do have a unique Pokedex entry here.
Ooh.
It says, and it comes to us from Ash's Pokedex, by the way. It says, Crobat, the evolved form of Golbat. With its 2 additional wings, Crobat is able to fly much faster than Golbat.
Yeah, speedy boy.
I would hope so, because we all know 4 wings better than 2 wings.
That's what I always say.
I should keep that in mind when it comes to my Spinarak.
What? No, but they don't need wings. We don't need Spinarak flying around. All right,
oh my
it's bad
God!
enough they exist.
Wait, Mr. Curse, 8 wings.
Oh,
hey, shut up! Stop giving him ideas. No,
Professor, that's such a good idea.
Thank you.
That's enough.
All right, so that does it for all the Pokedex entries that we have now. I do actually have a couple of essays that were sent to me via Gengar Mail, which of course is wwopokemon@gmail.com. The G stands for Gengar, as we all know.
That's right.
So I have a couple of essays here. There's 3. I'm going to try to read them quick. They're varying lengths. I think we'll be fine. The first one comes to us from Richard. It says, greetings.
Richard!
Yes, Richard. Greetings, Professor Jacob, Mr. Curtis, and Corbin. I've been listening to these lessons, and I have been learning so much because of them. So much so, I wanted to tell you about my favorite Pokemon, Crobat.
Oh!
And thus starts the
Okay.
essay.
There it is.
Oh.
Crobat grows a pair of wings on top of what it had as a Golbat. This allows it to fly longer distances by alternating between the two wings. On top of that, Crobat is really good at taking out bug-type Pokemon. No offense, Mr. Curtis.
That's right. No offense.
No offense,
Offend
Mr.
him.
Curtis.
Yeah, take out those
I'd
dirty
like to-
Spinarags.
I don't know. My Spinarags have taken out quite a few of Crobats.
Well, that's an
but,
offense to Arceus, so that's how it should be.
Yeah, and your Crobats, your Spinarak are, unnatural, we'll say.
Yeah, they're horrific.
Richard goes on to say, however, for what it's worth, my favorite bug type is Escavalier. Thank you for having me in this class, and I hope this is an awesome rest of the semester.
It's going okay.
All right.
Okay, so, great work, extra credit work, of course, Mr. Curtis, Gold Star.
Well, he did let us know that about his favorite bug type, so I'll have to give him that much.
Hey.
Gold star for you.
All right, put it in the bank, Richard, because eventually you'll get enough to
Buy a house.
A Spinarak egg, I think, is what is a couple million gold stars.
It does take a while.
So yeah, just a couple more essays and you'll be there. All right, the next essay comes to us from Caden. We've received
Caden, hey, what's up? How are you?
several
right.
Gmails from Caden. I think they sent us a couple of pictures. This first, so they say, hello, Professor Jacob, Mr. Curtis, and Corbin. My name is Caden.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. You may remember that I submitted art of Mr. Curtis. Yes, I recall.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't match. It was much prettier of a drawing than how he looks in real life. It is horrific.
Yeah. They say, I have a few things to say and have written an essay on the wonderful second best Pokemon, Crobat. If an essay has already been written by another student, you can't use this one, I understand. Well, don't worry.
Okay, moving on.
Sorry, moving on. I gotta move on to the next one. So they say, first of all, Flareon is very good for cuddles. I found that it can control its temperature very well. Not as good as Breloom, obviously. I don't know if that was obvious.
It wasn't obvious to me.
But it's very warm and soft. Second of all, I would not recommend hugging a Raichu. I know it's tempting, but trust me on this one. All right.
I believe that one.
And then Caden moves into the essay. Crobat, sitting comfortably as my second favorite Pokemon right after Breloom,
Good
is
one.
an absolute gem in my squad. Jelly, my shiny Crobat, is the embodiment of unexpected versatility. Usually donning a docile and friendly demeanor despite its fearsome appearance, Jelly surprises opponents as a fierce and determined battler. She is a very good girl. Yes, she is. Evolving through high friendship, this evolution isn't just about strength. It signifies a bond that goes beyond battles. I mentioned earlier that it evolves via friendship.
Right.
A loyal friend through thick and thin. Moves like Toxic and Venoshock showcases Jelly's prowess in battles, often catching adversaries off guard. But beyond the battlefield, Jelly is a consistent companion, bringing an extra layer of camaraderie and excitement to every adventure. Not to mention how silent and quick it is. Its presence elevates the team dynamic, turning routine outings into thrilling escapades. With Jelly by my side, the journey isn't just about victories, it's about unforgettable experiences we share. As I'm sure it is for anyone else who has the pleasure of owning a Crobat, it took me ages to evolve Jelly, but I don't regret a single thing about it. Would I recommend a Crobat for new trainers? Definitely not. Whoa, that's surprising.
Uh-oh.
Surprising.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it seems like a intimidating Pokemon. I mean, it flies around and sucks quickly in the dark. I mean, that's not something you want to give a new kid.
Yeah, and Caden says, while definitely worth the effort, Crobat is a difficult Pokemon to evolve. You have to deal with Golbat first, and trust me, it's not very much fun having a Golbat trying to drink your blood and your Pokemon's at every corner. But Crobat is definitely worth it. That is to say, Crobat will still drink blood, but it's nowhere near as bad as Golbat.
Okay, gotcha.
Also,
Okay.
Crobat is powerful, and new trainers might not be able to handle that very well. And then they say 10 of 10 would recommend.
So hold on. You would recommend it, just not the new people?
Would or would not recommend
Well,
it?
would or would not
recommend,
recommend? I'm
I
getting
think-
mixed signals.
I think asterisks, and then down below it says just not to new trainers.
Just not.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent
Gotcha.
essay, Caden.
You should get another Crobat that matches. And call it Jam.
Jam and jelly.
Yeah, jelly and jam.
Jelly and Jam. That'd be awesome.
I think peanut butter would be better.
I didn't ask you.
Well, I mean, now they need to get a third Crobat and name it peanut butter.
Jelly, jam, peanut butter.
Peanut butter, jelly, and jam.
Or two more Crobats and name one peanut and the other one butter.
And then a fifth Crobat named Honey.
Oh.
and then two more Crobats, both named bread, and they go on either side.
Right. And then another Crobat named Lettuce.
Whoa. Wait.
Whoa.
And then that Crobat doesn't go anywhere in the sandwich, right?
Oh, no. We start a new sandwich Crobat.
Okay.
We start a new sandwich of Crobats.
Okay. Well, we can explore more of that later. Caden, excellent essay. Thank you so much. I will say maybe for essays in the future, try to involve more about from the Pokedex entries and less about the specific Crobat that you have or the specific Pokemon that you own.
I mean, I liked learning about Caden's Crobat.
I mean, I did too. But, as far as essays go, we need a little bit more scientifically provable facts. Mr. Curtis, Gold Star.
Oh,
I was captivated by jelly, but I don't know. I didn't hear too much about bug types in that game.
And yet I can still see you reaching into your Gold Star bag.
Oh, Professor, you don't leave anything for surprises. Yes, here's your gold star.
And he held it out in front of him and let go of it, and it fell to the ground.
so, okay.
You can come get it after class whenever you're ready.
Okay.
It'll be here.
All right. Thank you so much, Caden. One more essay, and it comes to us from James from Little Root Town.
James!
It says, Dear Professor Jacob, Mr. Curtis, and Corbin, here's my
Hello.
essay I wrote on Crobat. Sincerely, James from Little Root Town. It says, Crobat is a large... No kidding.
No joke.
No kidding. Large. Crobat is a large, purple, bat-like Pokemon. Well, not only is it bat-like, it is the bat Pokemon.
It's Crobatty.
So, yeah. It is the epitome of bat-like. It has 4 wings that were transformed from legs. Okay, 2 of the wings were transformed from legs.
Yeah, let's get that right, James. Let's not mislead
the other
students.
2 were already wings. Okay, sorry. Anyways, it evolves from Golbat with high enough friendship. With its wings, it flies silently through dark skies at night. It flies so silently, you probably won't notice its presence. It flies faster than Zubat and Golbat, but it's harder for it to stop and rest. So instead, it switches the set of wings it uses when it gets tired. How it does rest when it needs to is by hanging on a tree branch. Its wings are much better for flying, but bad for walking, so it mostly just crawls on the ground. It can maneuver its wings in such a way that even in the most confined caves, it can move easily.
Okay.
They are nocturnal Pokemon, meaning they sleep during the day and are active at night. Crobats drink blood for sustenance, so if you have one, try to keep it fed.
Ruh-roh.
By harvesting blood from somewhere, I'm sure James intended to say.
Pick your least favorite person in school.
and very quietly sneak some of their blood.
But nobody could sneak it better than Crobat, just saying.
Yeah. If it doesn't drink enough blood, it will become weak and unable to fly. Its fangs are so sharp that you won't feel any pain when bitten. So in a way, it's worse than normal. How it gets its prey is by sneaking up on the target and biting the nape of their neck. They can drain their prey of blood in a heartbeat. So if you're walking at night in an area with Crobats, you might want to have a psychic or electric type Pokemon with you to beat one if it attacks you. Thank you for listening, and I will provide another essay sometime in the future. Bye.
Bye.
Or a bug type with some strong silk to make a net to catch them. That would be a good one as well.
Well, it is also a flying type, so it will do a lot of damage to a bug type. Now, Mr. Curtis, I cannot give the students false information. Bug type Pokemon are not a great counter to flying type Pokemon.
Yeah, shut up.
I suppose you're right, Professor.
He is. He literally is.
What's life without a little challenge?
Listen, I calls them like I sees them. I don't think I've ever said that before, but it's true. Thank you so much, James from Little Root Town, for the wonderful essay. You get plenty of extra credit for that. And Mr. Curtis, I can see you reaching into that Gold Star bag.
He's just giving them out like candy today. Woohoo! Rare candy, baby.
And yep, here's one for you as well.
Stop dropping them on the floor. Why are you
So-
doing that?
He said that time he watched as it fell to the ground. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I mean, it seems demeaning, but
All right. So that does it for all of the information that we have on Golbat. It is time now for the testing portion. So, go ahead and put away
I'm
your
gonna
Pokedex.
take my Rotom
Pokedexes.
laptop and put it out to take this quiz.
And that's fine, but we're not doing a pop quiz today. We are doing a debate.
okay.
Aw, Professor.
All right.
Yes, we are doing a debate today. So I did, I know I've said this plenty of times before, but I did change the format of the debates. So basically I start off by telling you guys what the topic is.
Mhm.
All right. Then I choose one student and they get to decide if they want to go first or second. Then whichever student goes first gets to decide if they will be for or against the topic. All right. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Corby, you're kind of looking at me with a blank expression on your
No,
face.
I hear you. I mean, I get it.
All right. So here's the debate topic. Losing its ability to walk was a worthwhile evolutionary trade-off.
Wait. Say that again?
Crobat losing its ability to walk was a worthwhile evolutionary trade-off. Mr. Curtis,
Yes.
would you like to be would you like to go first or second? It really comes down to whether or not you think you can come up with an argument for either of these.
You know what? I'll give Corbin the option of choice, and I will go second.
Wow, truly a just unexpected move from Mr. Curtis to go second. So, Corbin, that means you can decide if you would like to be for or against.
I would like to be for it. I would like to defend the argument that Crobat losing its ability to walk was a worthwhile evolutionary trade-off.
All right, and that means, Mr. Curtis, you are against.
All right, Professor.
All right, so go ahead, take some. Oh, here, let me read the rubric real quick. So first, you must include information we learned in class. 2, you must demonstrate an understanding of the Pokemon's unique attributes and abilities. 3, you must build an argument around proven facts about the topic Pokemon. And 4, you must respond to at least one of the opponent's arguments with a legitimate counter argument. All right, have at it. Take some time, come up with a good debate, some good points and counterpoints, some maybe predict what your opponent is going to say, and let me know when you're ready to go. All right. Can I get a yes or no if we're all ready to go?
Yes.
C.
Okay. So I believe, Corbin, you had the first go, so and you are for the statement that losing its ability to walk was a worthwhile evolutionary trade-off. So take it away.
Hi, everyone. Yes, again, I am arguing that Crobat losing its ability to walk was a worthwhile evolutionary trade-off. We're supposed to use the Pokedex to defend our arguments, and honestly, I think the Pokedex could not be more clear. It gives we know that its evolution and evolving to have 4 wings now gives itself a speed, gives itself more speed, and allows it to hunt and battle more effectively. With whether that being with the stealth aspect to it, it allows it to do that. It could not do that if it was just walking. And I'll just simply say this: in the Sinnoh Pokedex entry. On one of the Sinnoh Pokedex entries, it states that its flight performance is, quote, enhanced. Therefore, last I checked, the word enhanced meant better. So it is literally better evolutionarily. Its flight performance is now enhanced that it evolved. So it is a worthy evolutionary trade-off in order for it to hunt and for it to battle and, capture the blood that it needs in a stealthy way, and also you just fly around more effectively. It allows it more versatility, which it could not have with Golbat, which, when it sucked too much blood, got a little fat, weighed itself down. So I think in every sense of the word, it is worthwhile.
Okay. All right. So Corbin says that because it can fly better and quieter, it is a worthwhile trade-off. Corbin, I love it when you directly quote the Pokedex. So
I know you do.
So good job.
I love it when the professor loves it. It doesn't matter what it is. When the professor loves it, I love it.
Well,
Right.
I don't like when you like what he likes.
Mr. Curtis, you may now have your opening statement, and you can respond to Corbin's opening statement.
If you can.
No, you have to. You have to, or else you'll lose
I don't
points.
care if you don't like if I like what the professor likes. So there.
Don't break your brain, Mr. Curtis.
They broke my brain.
Okay. Please. Give me just a moment here.
Oh, the syrup with the ice. Oh, gosh.
You can really hear that ice.
You can really hear the ice clinking around. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Corbin.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you bringing up those points. Let me ask you this. What words would you use to describe a Crobat? Words like silent, fast, clumsy? That's what the Pokedex has to say. Crobat is a proficient flyer.
Who's Crobat?
He's
Like-
Crobat.
Well, that's a different Pokemon. You fail.
Crobat is a proficient flyer, like many other flying types. But unlike many other flying types, it has traded its ability to navigate the land in order to do that. We know from the Pokedex that Crobats have to rest. And resting as a Crobat is tough because of this weakness. And when are you most vulnerable? When you're resting. Crobat has also taken on a great weakness in order to gain a slight strength, which is just frankly not worth it. This is why you still see legs on a lot of flying types still, because eventually you do have to come down. And when you come down, you're too vulnerable when you don't have any legs. Thank you very much. And then that's the end of my opening statement.
Great.
And then in response to Corbin, I have to say, Corbin said it can't be stealthy on the ground. Why? Because it's clumsy on the ground as a result of its trading its hind legs for its double wings. You can't say that that's a boon when it's because it's not. It's specifically not stealthy on the ground because of this trade-off that it has made. Thank you very much.
Okay, wait. Say that last part one more time.
Okay, so Corbin said that it's stealthy in the air when it can't be on the ground, and I'm saying it's specifically not stealthy on the ground because it's clumsy on the ground as a result of this trade-off.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that, it's not a worthwhile trade-off because it's you're most vulnerable when you're on the ground, and that vulnerability has just been increased because of how bad it is on the ground.
Yes.
And you're saying that if the entire point of the evolution was to increase the stealth, having an aspect of it being incredibly unstealthy, which is when it's on the ground, is counter to that, which is what Corbin's argument was.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Excellent job. Now Corbin.
Yes.
Are you
Hello.
just gonna take that? You're just gonna take that lying
absolutely not.
down?
No, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it.
Come
I'm gonna
at
ball it up. And I'm gonna throw it right into your stupid face, Mr. Curtis. That's what I'm
fight
gonna
me
do.
right now.
I'm gonna fight you with words.
This is what I like to hear. This is the fervor
I'm gonna fight
that's
you with
required
words.
for this.
Okay, Professor. Just for the record, as far as I know, we have a window in this classroom, correct?
We
have a window. We have a window,
yes,
right?
I do,
Yeah.
and it's very
Big old
hard to
window right
replace
there.
because this is a perfectly spherical room. I should
Right.
remind
It's a really
everybody.
cool looking window. Mr. Curtis, do you see what those are out there? Kind of just past there. There's a little bit of those things with the trunk and the leaves. That's called a tree. That's where the Crobat rests. It's not vulnerable if it's hiding in treetops or on buildings or somewhere higher up. No one says Crobat rests on the ground. It rests in trees as stated in the Hoenn Pokedex entries, number 1. Number 2, although it does need to stop and rest, it is still capable of flying all day. Like every Pokemon and every living thing needs to rest at some point. However, it could go all day. It could get the blood that it needs. It can fly around. It can fight. It could do whatever. But then it's got a chance to rest a little bit. And where's it going to go? It's going to go high up to do that. Now, Curtis did say that it's clumsy. But then at the very end, he said it's clumsy when it walks, which is the correct part. To say that Crobat itself is clumsy is not true. The Pokedex entry states in the center region that it's clumsy when it walks. That's literally what it says. Transformation of its legs into wings made it better at flying, but more clumsy at walking. It doesn't need to walk. And my next point and my final point about this whole argument, debate thing is that Golbat before drank blood. It loved to drink blood. That was its whole thing. And it drank too much. So it weighed itself down and it plopped on the ground like a little fatty. So what did it do? It evolved so that it could drink blood where it gets its sustenance way more effectively by having 2 pairs of wings, and it has way more mobility, has way more stealth, to be able to fly around. And yeah, it have quite literally evolved so that it could suck blood more easily to get its sustenance. So it is definitely a worthy trade-off. You need sustenance to survive. It needs blood. Sorry, I hit the recording device.
Stop hitting the recording device.
It needs blood to survive.
I know you're getting very anxious and worked up.
It needs blood to survive. Therefore, it evolved effectively to stealthily grab that blood in the most effective way. And yeah, I rest my case. I'm done. Mic drop. Mr. Little Corbin, trainer in training. Corbin is out.
Okay, all right. Mr. Curtis, if you could please give us your closing statement. Now remember, just a closing statement, not a response.
Oh, I have so much to say about that whole it's not vulnerable in a tree.
Well, if you can work that into some kind of closing statement without directly attributing it to Corbin's statement, then that's fine.
Nothing.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So
fumbling, Professor.
All right. The Pokedex also says that if it can't drink for even a short while, it becomes unweak and unable to fly. It may become weak and unable to fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You heard unweak, right, Corbin?
I definitely heard unweak. I thought that was
making sure I'm not crazy here. I'm not Crobatty right now.
Right. No. Okay, hold on. Let me start over.
That's what I call when I'm having a bad week. Anyways.
All right. The Pokedex also says if it can't drink for a short while, it becomes weak and unable to fly. It may fly well when it's flying, but its flying stamina is poor. Is it poor because it's using double energy to fly because it has twice the wings? The Pokedex doesn't explicitly say so, but what we do know is that if it can't find something to drink in a short while, it ends up on the ground, where it is clumsy, and it is vulnerable, and it is more likely to be prey to a predator Pokemon. I rest my case.
Predator Pokemon.
That's right.
Predator Pokemon. Thank you.
Okay.
He's wrong. He's objectively wrong.
So obviously I don't say who won and who lost. All right, that's up for everybody else to decide. Now, okay. Mr. Curtis is right. Mr. Curtis is right. The Pokedex does say if it can't drink any blood for even a short while, it becomes weak and unable to fly.
He also just said it can't fly around that long, which is not true.
Now, that is true. It does have a very good flying endurance, but as long as it has that blood, so it is kind of like a trade-off. But
a worthwhile one, some would say.
But it is extremely proficient at getting the blood. So it's kind of hard to say. I don't want to take off points for that, Mr. Curtis. I thought about it, but I think we're going to give you full marks. So perfect score for Mr. Curtis. You included information we learned in class and an understanding of that information. I think your argument was built around proven facts, and you responded to Corbin.
Thank you.
Corbin, you get full marks for most of those things. Now,
what?
You did say that Crobat doesn't need to rest, and that's just wrong.
Yeah, I did. I said it does rest. I said every Pokemon needs to rest.
He's lying in class.
That's not what I said.
You basically said that I'm pretty sure you said that it could fly continuously.
I said it could fly all day. It's literally what the Pokedex says. I said it can fly all day, but it does need to rest, and it can rest in trees.
Roll it back.
No.
Roll it back.
No way. I did not say it doesn't need to rest.
I do recall him saying that it does rest in the trees, and it's fine. I swear he said something about it not needing to rest.
He only said that in response to my comment.
Somebody listening, fact check it, please.
I'll find out. For now, I'll give you full marks. I do think this was a very good debate. I think you guys brought up a lot of good points. I think, I'm not sure where I land on this whole debate of whether or not it's, worthwhile. The fact that if it isn't able to suck blood for a little bit, it can't fly. And if it can't fly, it basically can't suck blood. It's dead. unless somebody
Right.
gives it blood, it's just not going to make it. I think that's such an incredibly risky trade-off, and I'm not sure it's worthwhile, honestly.
Thank you. That was my whole closing argument. Thank you, Professor.
Everyone, let us know. If you're listening on Spotify, let us know in the poll. Whose argument was better, me or Mr. Curtis?
Yes. Portia, please remember to make a poll for this one.
Oh, she does. She's been good
Yes.
about it. Let us know, me or Mr. Curtis, who had the better argument. Vote now.
All right, but that's going to do it for today's lesson on Crobat. Does anybody know who we're talking about next week?
Crobat.
All right, see you next time, folks.
All right, later, everyone.
And the outro music plays, and we're gone.
Is it who is it?
Oh, sorry, it's Chincho. We're learning about Chincho
Oh,
next week.
Chincho.
okay.
That's one. That's a.
You had me
that's
going
a-
there,
That's
Professor.
that's a
I
Pokemon, right?
almost turned off the recording device.
Oh, I saw you reaching
That's
for
a
it.
real Pokemon.
Yes, Chincho, believe it or not, is a Pokemon. The
Never
angler
heard of
Pokemon.
it. Never heard of it.
Well, you'll hear all about it next week. But until then, if you would like to talk to me, the professor, you can send me a Gengar mail at wwopokemon.com. And there's a bunch of other ways to contact us, and you can find those all in our link tree, right, Corbin? Right?
Yeah,
Yes,
all
right?
the links to everything on social media: Discord, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify.
TikTok?
Gone. We do have a
What?
TikTok, and we're gonna be we have something posted there. It's an animation. You guys are gonna love it. If you haven't checked it out already, we have a Gyarados animation that is now on TikTok and on Instagram and on Twitter. Check it out. Thanks for your support, patrons. That's the reason why it got made. Appreciate you.
Give that, yes, the page, it is exclusively because of the patrons we were able to commission an artist to work on that for us. So thank you so much. We love the support that you guys give us.
Let us know if you want more, because we want more.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. And if there's any moments that you think would make great clips, great animations, let us know. But I think this lesson has gone on long enough. So until next time, class is dismissed.